I think she's like 5'8". Is that right? 5'8" or 5'9"?
She's 5'6".
Oh, 5'6", 5'7"? Oh, that's good. It's like me.
Since how old
5'7".
is she? She is in her early 20s. She's about
That's in
5'6"
that game though.
or 5'7". Originally posted.
In the games in the first, they made her. She was older, and then went back in time in the newer games, so she's younger in those. I like her best when she grows up more. I want to be like her when I grow up. I like she's all confident.
The original name for Lara Croft.
I should be like that already. I'm already grown. What?
It used to be Lara Cruz.
Yeah, you know what they call her Lara is because that's how they talk in England or whatever. They call it. They don't say Laura. They say Lara. So if she's British, then they. I thought she was. I thought she was loves telling me about my nipple popping out. I said I like that blouse. Makes me think of Tomb Raider or Lara Croft, even though it's nothing like it. I'm like, I should have that real outfit. I should have the real outfit for loving her my whole life. And I said it's a seafoam green one-piece bathing suit with the brown shorts. I said I don't look like that, so I never got it. And then she was typing in Lara Croft. I go, did you know that Lara Croft's birthday is February 14th? And when I saw that when I was a little girl, I was like, oh, I love her. And she had the same birthday. And that meant a lot to me. That made me so happy. I was telling her, she was looking it up, all the info. That's pretty close to green. It's got blue and green right in between. That's perfect, don't know. At least in this lighting it is. That grilled cheese was one of the best things I ever ate. I made them grilled cheese, none of them. Are you gonna eat your grilled cheese? You eating? And I remember I would walk around with my game guides. I would play the games. I think I was with my grandma when I picked out the first Tomb Raider. Grandma Patty. We went to Target, and I was looking at the games on the rack. It's a very special story. And I was looking up, and then I saw a girl, just a cool chick, and it was all like a bunch of cartoon characters and stuff like that. But then you see this cool looking girl. It's all together. I'm like, I want that. I don't remember I feel like I don't remember just seeing her though like that. I feel like I remember seeing her, but I must have because I think that's the cover. But I feel like I remember seeing it with her just the back of her looking up at a big cave, like the cave entrance. Either way, whatever it just looked cool. And I saw a girl looking cool. I was like, I want that. And we're playing it. We were in the bear pit. Me and my dad couldn't get over the bear pit. We kept falling into the bear pit. And I was like, I can't get this. It was so frustrating. Now it's so easy. Because we were trying to do running jumps and everything. Or, I don't know. It was something weird. It was something specific. Or maybe we were trying to do a standing jump over. I don't know. It was one or the other. It had to be just so. That was the thing with those games. you couldn't now, if you leap, now she does everything automatically. The whole horror of Tomb Raider was the exactness. You had to do everything exact or it was over. So it was really like a game of math. It really was a game of like, you didn't, she just, now, I mean, it's nice because they could, I don't know. I guess it's nice, but it was kind of, when I first played the new game, I was like, but she just does everything automatically now. It's not the same. I feel like I'm not really directing her. She sort of just moves on her own. I didn't know if I liked it. Like, she doesn't, but she does, you know? Anyway, it would drive you mad. Every second was like it was a horror game, because if you fall down, if you don't make that jump right, you're dead. You're dead, or you miss it, and then you gotta start all over again. And then, anyway, these are my treasured memories. And then my dad started playing Tomb Raider 2. He didn't play the first one. I was playing the first one. They played the second one, and then we had the game guides, and I would look in the guides, and I would tell him what to do next, and I would read it. We know. It's my favorite thing in my life. I would read the guide, and then he would move on the screen, and it was like a bonding experience. And then I would get so excited. I would bring those guides around like Bibles. I'd bring them to school. I'd bring them to the restaurant when we went out to eat. Because my dad would take, when my mom and dad got separated, he would take us on the weekends. And then so we'll go out to, Coke. He'd take us out of your mall and to restaurants and stuff on the weekend. And I would always bring that, and we'd play the game. And Kelly and Jody hated it. Because you do it for like a couple hours, and they're like, they hated it. But I loved it. It was my favorite thing in the world, and still is to this day. And I'd bring it to the restaurant. I'd be looking at what's coming up next and everything. And we went to the Spectrum Mall. And it had a game store. It had like GameStop these days, which I love. They had like a lot of game merchandise. I don't remember it being like that as much anyway, which I love now. There's more merchandise for the fans, like plushies and toys and stuff. I feel like it was more rare. At least that I remember. But anyways, it was a fancy store, and it was full. There was a book section in the back, and they had Lara's photo book, or Lara's. It was all, and I don't know. It was like her in blue lighting, all sultry. I'm like, what is this? And it was a photo book of her. She's on sheets and underwear, posing. There was she's naked in a black thong on white bed sheets going to the side. Then there was her leg. She was in a black dress, and it was even by like Valentino. It was funny because they animated a designer dress and put her in it. And I think that was so funny. Like she's a digital model, and she was laying on like roses or something. Oh no, red satin sheets. Oh, I didn't know you see here. Red satin sheets. And then and I love that shot. How cool she is. And they had their different bikinis. And her wetsuit. And it was a fancy glossy photo book. And It was the best thing I had ever seen in my whole life. As first, my favorite piece of merchandise I ever owned, right? Other than my pink glittery, my pink haired anime mermaid and the glitter clear purse. I think those are the prettiest things I've ever seen. Oh yeah. Anyway, I hope they make I hope they make and do more Tomb Raider games, but I want her older. Because, like, in the first game, she's all, confident and she's different. Like, she's all, like, I like her kind of, like, sassy. Or not sassy, but just, like, yeah, she is sassy. Like, the guy comes out and just does a spin kick at him, and I was rewatching it and I was happy though. Because I always quote the first video where she goes, I'm sorry, I only play for sport. Well, I thought it was like, what's a man gotta do to get that kind of attention from you? And I always thought, I don't know, I remembered it wrong. I thought she was going, I'm sorry, I only play for sport. But then she doesn't sit, and I always thought, oh, please don't be like that. Like, whenever I feel like someone's unattainable, it's like, I'm sorry, you can't get my attention. And then, but she doesn't say it. She goes, "Oh, you're doing all right." I'd say you're doing all right, or something like that. She's saying she goes adventuring for sport, not for money. So, but she loves hidden treasures. This one, not love. Comes, and she goes, yeah, this one little trinket. Sheer walls of ice. This one. And there's this one little trinket. So I replay that game. I'm gonna get out my I'm gonna hook up my old consoles and play the old games. But I feel like I replayed the first 2 sections. I actually did replay it about 10 years ago, I think. Maybe less. 5, 8 years ago. That's a very trippy game. Anything else is a girl running in caves. It gets weird. She starts going to the pyramids. It's weird stuff. There's weird things in them pyramids. Weird fleshy things. I love when she stands in the my favorite part when she goes to the gods. All the way to the temple goes to the very top. You told us all this. Let me tell you again. I tell you again. And she climbs up to the mountain. And he goes, oh, Pierre, you little bug. She sees a little cigarette. And she climbs up the steepest mountain you've ever seen. And there's a Coke can and a cigarette or something. She calls him a litter bug. I just love that it's like this unfathomable mountain. And I think the cigarette looks like it was just smoke. Man, this weird temple. And it's just extremely tall and weird. And see, you can fall to your death easily. There's all these weird levels and these doors. There's all the different gods. There's like Poseidon and stuff. Right, but then there's like a thing with the pools and then the gold hand. I was always interested. What are they called? Midas? Midas. Midas. If you stand in this hand, you will turn her body. I always thought it was so horrifying, but awesome and cool as you. And if you stand in the hand, it's like a golden hand. You stand in the middle of it, her body turns to pure gold. Her body turns to gold, and she just tips over. She died, like, you die. I just saw it cool. She's like, oh, she's turning to gold. She's a piece of gold. Oh, she's a piece of gold. Anyway, make a new set of Tomb Raider games where she's older. You know, like in her 30s or 40s, and she's where she's all confident. I like her when she's in the opera house and she's in her little black dress. Walking over, and like she knows she's got it down. She's not like a girl in her 20s who's nervous about herself, and that was neat to do. But I like that I like seeing that powerful woman. That's always good. I feel like there's never enough of it. I can't even name a single thing. Maybe like Angelina Jolie and Mrs. Smith. Mr. and Mrs. Smith, that aura, that's the Tomb Raider aura I want. You know, kind of like, I know, walking around like I could kill you at any second. Even that, the way that looked. I like that. Like I'm capable, sort of swagger. I like Lara to have that. Anyways, that's fun. It's fun and it's cute and it's very 90s feel. That's how it feels to me. 90s female villain, but she's not really a villain. She's just cool as hell, you know? But then, you know, she's out in the wild. It's not about that anymore. It's just, you know, the athletics and the adventure and the pursuit of something hidden and magical. Anyway, so bring that back. Can you make a new set of Tomb Raider games that are just like a cool chick, a cocky, confident, badass girl who's not questioning. Maybe she's not holding the powers of the universe. She's just like finding cool stuff. You know, that would be. I mean, it doesn't have to be that. Like, she could be holding the powers of the universe, but it doesn't have to be that deep. It could just be her being cool, and you know, because then you get all these questions. You have all these morality questions, and it doesn't need to be like that. We already saw that. That was interesting too. That was interesting. I thought it was cool. I liked it. Seeing the different things. It was very relatable, actually. You know, and it's kind of cool and inspiring to see a character who's all be upset because then she turns into a cool lady. So I think that's a nice transition, I guess. But you know, I kind of want her to, just be cool though. It's okay, be cool. So please bring back more, do another set of Tomb Raiders where she's just a cool, sassy little lady. Or like when she's in the opera house and she jumps on the curtains and pulling them down, and those men are after her in the alleyway, and she's going, and then she slides through the bars, and then she pulls the gate shut. That's my favorite part. She pulls the gate shut, and she's and they're looking at her. It's a great shot. It's a great cinematic cut scene. And they're coming in the car right towards her, and she's in the bar through the bar. Going, so look at my ugly face. And there's headlights coming right at her, and they're looking right up. Like, am I looking at you? Mm-hmm. And they're like, what are those places? But there's a gate there now. So she's like standing right on the other side of the gate. And then the car crashes into the gate, and then she just walks away. So I love that. I want that energy, that vibe, that's sexy. I love that. I remember when she goes to Tokyo. That could be cool. I'd see again, just a cool lady in the city. I don't know. What would I do? What I do? No, let's see. I mean, yeah, anywhere. It could be anywhere. It could be anything. Just bring back that attitude. I don't want to narrow it down and make it weird. I like it, her being in different locations, though. I always love her house. Oh, and see, Angelina Jolie is perfect. That's a perfect little Tomb Raider. That made me so happy when they made her Lara Croft, because there's no woman. She's like my favorite actress in the world. There's no woman outside my family that I think one individual woman outside her that I was that enamored by. That's Angelina Jolie. That was perfect. She's perfect. You know, that movie changed her life because she didn't want to do it. She thought it was offensive with big boobs. She's like, what do you just, because I have big boobs, you just want me to do this, be this character? And she looked into her more and she saw that she was more than that. And then she was interested, and then she traveled they traveled the whole world making that movie, for real. All over the globe, and she saw all the different ways people live and everything, and got intimate in the different areas and the people living in them, and that's what changed her. Tomb Raider made her like this world ambassador. Isn't that a nice story? It's beautiful. Anyway, here's my Tomb Raider passion story. Again, probably posted 4 times on here. I always liked to revisit these memories, and I hope there's more in the future. It might be so fun. What's amazing? She cool chick. Cool chick